Another user asked a question that I thought was a really good question. I wanted to repeat that question here as well as my answer to it. His question was as follows. If I were to solve a math problem, and I start solving it at the middle of the equation, will the outcome be an assumption, based on the fact that I skipped half the equation? Furthermore, he asked, if I started watching a movie halfway through, will I truly understand the outcome, since I missed the beginning of the movie? This is a really good question, because it forces us to consider that we might not know all the answers, and as such we have to recognize that our conclusions might not be complete or even right. I think everyone should ask themselves this question regularly, and I consider it a true sign of humility for a person to admit that they don't know everything. To answer the question, if you only had the last half of a math problem, how could you possibly solve for the whole problem? You could solve the last half, and you could only assume your answer was for the last half of the equation. Until you know the rest of the equation, you can't assume anything more about your answer. This is why scientific theories remain only theories. We only have the data that we have collected, and the largest part of science is the first step, observation. Scientists continually search for more data, more facts, and when those facts come to light, the scientists can test their theories against the new facts. They do this through predictions, and if their predictions turn out correct, the theories remain. If they do not, new theories are made and tested until something fits all the data. I need you to understand that science operates under the assumption that it does not know everything. On the other hand, this is the problem with faith and religion. Such people make the assumption that they do know the answer to all of life's mysteries. They have no facts to back up their assertions. Furthermore, they call it blasphemy to test those assertions. They then claim that we must all agree with them, and use their beliefs to justify heinous acts committed against the non-believers. It's insanity. Now don't get me wrong, I have nothing against a belief in a god or gods, despite how strong my opinions come across. What I do have a problem with is when people start asserting their beliefs as knowledge, or as something that is above question, and most certainly, as though it were something that I have to agree with them about. Until you can demonstrate that your beliefs are true, they are not knowledge, and I don't have to agree with them. Given all that, allow me to ask you, is your understanding of the universe an assumption that you have the answer? Or is it an assumption that you don't know?